Photojournalist Emily Higgins introduces you to the strong pup, Samson.
Samson, come here. Come on.
Little trooper. Because he was a little trooper.
A photographer knows when he's taken the perfect photo.
Excellent. Good. One more here.
The one that captures exactly what he's looking for.
The cold, clear New Year's Eve on Mount Hood did not disappoint.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Chairlifts full, and the tube hill busy at Ski Bowl.
It's really fun.
The Portland Bureau of Transportation has received nearly 200 complaints about these e-scooters, and that's just this week.
When she pulls this to activate it, we'll discharge CO2 and it will slowly inflate the jacket. So feel free to pull when you're ready. Makes a pop.
Clearly, it's not just the cows who love Rick's music. Here on Twitter, this video has officially gone viral with more than 10 million views.
Yeah, that's right, Bonnie. There's been a lot of important topics to talk about in a very short period of time with over 250 bills to be considered.
I was trying to go to sleep and I'm still thinking it is a dream. I don't think it really happened, but it did.
Over the past week, this former United States military interpreter has watched his country be taken over by the Taliban.
I ended up talking to one of my brothers today. He was crying and lost with words, couldn't say anything. And he finally told me that there was a girl shot by the Taliban this morning, probably half a mile away from our house.
John now lives in Oregon, but he was born and raised in Afghanistan. As a teenager, he got a job with the United States military. In late 2008, he became an interpreter, becoming the middleman between the Afghan townspeople and local officials and the U.S. soldiers on the ground.
They were happy when the U.S. military came in and they needed help, they needed support, and I was one of those guys who jumped in and says, I will do it.
John was real instrumental in kind of forming a bond between the people of Afghanistan and the U.S. forces.
Retired U.S. Army Staff Sergeant David Benson was in that platoon.
He worked with us, he slept with us, he ate with us. We teased him like we tease anybody else.
I'm proud to call it my brothers, and we're family.
Benson says John's work was invaluable, saving soldiers' lives on multiple occasions.
His life was on the line just like any U.S. soldier when you go out of the wire.
After 8 years of service, John was given what he was promised, a visa to live in the United States and a chance to start a new life, still carrying with him the wounds of war.
It is a great reminder, by the way, because I can't hide it. It is where I see it every day. I wake up and this is the first one that I see it.
John says in 2014, the Taliban killed his brother-in-law and his 7-year-old nephew. They also shot his sister. She is alive after fleeing to another country. The rest of his family, including 2 of his brothers who also worked for the United States, are still stuck in Afghanistan. He knows there are many others who helped the United States, stranded and scared.
I'm mad. I can't even stop thinking about those people who supported the U.S. military. They're left behind to the mercy of the Taliban because, now they're going to go after them and they're going to kill each and every one of them.
They took care of us for 20 years. They put their life on the line for us, and it's the least we can do for them.
John says he's proud of his work and thankful for everything the United States did for his country over the past 20 years. I asked John if he blames the United States for everything that's happened over the past week. He says the U.S. pullout may have been too hasty, but he blames the Afghan government for not taking advantage of the money and support the U.S. provided over the years. John is now leaning on his American family, his brothers in arms, for support. For now, all John can do is pray and hope.
I'm always worrying about him. And now, I'm very worried about him. Very, very worried about him because there's not a single day that I talked to him for the last couple, days that they were not crying. All of them.
Well, these are the food boxes that Portland police officers are delivering each week to families in need. They have all kinds of staple items. And for one single mother of 3 that we spoke with today, she says she is grateful for the generosity. In a vacant grocery store building, hard at work to feed thousands. Portland police officer Matt Toby has a special delivery.
Hey, Julia. How are you?
Good
This is Yulia Lewis, single mother of 3 who's originally from Russia. She says she's currently laid off because she works in the restaurant industry and she gets a food box delivered to her family each week.
I have goosebumps because I mean what I'm saying from all my heart. I really appreciate it. And from all the single moms, I want to say thank you.
Lewis has already weathered storms before, but during this pandemic without a job, anything helps to feed her family.
I came through a lot, so I was in a very hard situation. So I was in a shelter with my kids, and I was homeless, which I didn't expect.
You guys look so sharp. You look so good.
Yulia Lewis is an example of thousands of families that the Sunshine Division has delivered food to over the last month.
I know the kind of situation she's in, and she's doing such a great job, and she just needs a little bit of help. And Sunshine Division, these boxes help us fill that hole that she has in her life right now.
Officer Toby says dozens of Portland police officers deliver food boxes each week to families through this program. He's formed bonds with many families, like Yulia's boys, who made a poster to thank him for the kindness.
How do you put something like that into words, really? It's so fun to see their smiling faces, and it's fun to have this relationship with them, and hopefully, in 10 years and 20 years, I'll remember the opportunity that they had to work with me, and I'm certainly never going to forget it. That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
5 nights a week.
There you go. Do you want some hand warmers?
A team of volunteers with the Union Gospel Mission loads up and heads out. Each night a different route, but the same purpose.
See how they're doing, offer them help if we can offer them help. We offer food to them, something warm on nights like this.
Things like coffee or cocoa, blankets, hygiene kits, and a full meal.
2 years ago, I used to eat this food.
Antonio Williams once received this same help himself, and is now part of the search and rescue team giving back.
Finally decided one day to change my life around, get off the streets, get off drugs, and it feels good to give back to the community.
He knows firsthand that it's these nights when the rain's falling and the fire's going that this kind of help really means a lot.
Oh, I like them. I love them. They're awesome. I see them mostly once a week. I get coffee, sandwiches, chips. I got dog food.
Ted Messler says this is his 3rd winter with his dog Diggity on the streets of Portland.
I'm from Florida, so yeah, we're used to the sun, all the time.
He's one of about 75 people the crew serves each night.
Pretty emotional, actually, for most of us it is, so to see them, that you can help them, goes a long ways.
Grateful for the opportunity to share a little warmth
hand warmers for you
and a little love at every stop.